Hey everyone. I wanted to thank everyone for their kind words and comforting words from when my dog passed away. I really appreciate everyone's love and outpouring of comments, and I don't know what I'd do without you guys. It was a tough thing to go through. For anyone who's ever owned a dog, you know what I'm talking about. He had been sick since last summer, and he was in stage 2 renal failure back when he had his spell last summer, and he also had a heart murmur that moved from like a stage 2 to like a stage 4. And the other day when I brought him in, it came on really sudden, right after I had filmed the dogs playing on my video called Snow Day. And he was almost playing like a puppy that day. I mean, for him, you know, he's pretty laid back, and he's kind of shy, and he's not the type to join in with other dogs when they're playing. And that day he seemed like he wanted to play so bad, and my husband and I had just commented, wow, he's just, you know, all of a sudden taken a liking to the puppy, and he's kind of putting up with the puppy. And it seems like, you know, a couple hours later, like from like 2:30 on, it just went downhill, and he started throwing up, and he was just standing, you know, sitting rather in the corner, just kind of staring, and he acted like he was really uncomfortable to lay down. We found out afterwards that it's because his lungs were so filled up with fluid. We went back and forth all day the next day with the vet, and we had dropped him off in the morning, and they did some blood work on him and told us that his kidneys weren't, you know, in the last stage. They were still viable to save if the heart would stand out. Now, there's like a balance between the heart and the kidneys when they give the medication. If they have a bad heart, I mean, if they, you know, if their kidneys are bad, or if they have a bad heart, they have to balance these two medications, because one, you know, can hurt the opposite thing, and, you know, it's just a fine balance. So anyways, they did a kind of, they call it a kidney flush, when they give them lots of diuretics, and it gets rid of all the, and then they gave him something else to get rid of all the fluid around his lungs, because they couldn't even pick up a heartbeat on him, because it was very faint, because there was so much fluid around his lungs and in his lungs. And they called us back at about 1:30, I think it was, I don't know, it's all a blur now, in the afternoon, and they said one lung is better, but the other one is worse. And so she said, you know, one lung looks like it has responded to the fluid, you know, drugs that we're giving him. The other one is just really getting worse. And so she says, and you may want to just get down here with your, you know, with your husband, and two of yous talk about on the way euthanasia. She says, I know, I hate that word. Everybody hates that word. But Quigley will never get any better than he was the way you brought him in this morning. And right then and there, my husband and I decided we don't want to see him suffer at all. You know, we can't see this. You know, sometimes us humans get selfish when it comes to our animals. We want them with us forever. And there comes a point where you just have to draw that line and say, you know, move on, my little angel. You know, you've given us so much love in our hearts and so much happiness, and, you know, we need to let you go, and you need to move on now. And so it was the hardest thing we had to do. And the vet explained to us, you know, I'm going to give him 2 shots. The first one will put him under anesthesia. The second one will stop his heart. And she says each one will take about 15 seconds. Well, she said get down by his head, so he's the last thing you and your husband see. And my husband and I are bawling our eyes out and, you know, telling him that we love him and he's been a good boy and, you know, it's okay. And within 5 seconds, his eyes started to close. And after the first shot, and then the second one, this is really hard to say, but the second one, his nose started bleeding, and it just was a steady stream coming out of his nostrils. And he, I said to the vet, "What is that?" And she said, "That's what was in his lungs." And she says he was bleeding in his lungs. And all of it, you know, everything was shutting down, and all his, what do you call it, capillaries in his lungs were bursting, and, you know, he wouldn't have made it, you know, at all. And so anyways, my husband and I got outside after we, you know, spent some time with them afterwards, and we got outside, and my husband turned to me and he said, "God bless his little soul. He let us know after he died that we did the right thing." And I looked at him and I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "He showed us the blood that was in his lungs. He wanted us to know that, you know, that we did the right thing by him." And it was such a blessing to me when my husband said that, because I was feeling so guilty. And so anyways, I don't even know why I'm saying all this. I just wanted to let you guys know what had gone on that day, and I was supposed to update you all, you know, with his progress throughout the day, because I had put a message up on my, I forget now, on Google Plus or something, that, you know, I'll keep everybody updated throughout the day. But everything just happened so fast, and, you know, the calls and the running back up there, and then afterwards I just lost it. So I just wanted to thank everyone for all of your beautiful comments, and I really appreciate them so much. You guys are just such great friends, and I probably don't say it enough, but I love every single one of you. You know, it's just, what a great bunch of women we have, you know, that we all band together, and when one person, you know, needs help, everybody's there for them. And I love you guys, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being there for me, and for all of your support and all of your encouraging words and your prayers, and I just can't thank you all enough. And anyways, I just wanted to come on here and say that, and have a good day, everyone. Thanks.